Stop for a moment and listen closely, because this message may explain the ache you have been carrying in silence. You did not arrive here by chance. Something pulled you here, and deep inside you already know that. There is a reason this found you today. There is a reason your heart feels restless when you think of him. There is a reason you cannot fully let this go, even when logic tells you to walk away. What if the pain you feel is not random? What if what seems delayed is actually being arranged? Stay with me, because what comes next may shift the way you see this connection forever. Right now, there is a man whose energy changes when he thinks of you. His heart softens. His mind drifts. His soul remembers something his daily life cannot explain. Yet there is another woman in the picture, and that truth has made this bond feel heavy, confusing, and almost unfair. You may have asked in private, why would such a deep connection come wrapped in such a hard story? Why would love arrive and still remain out of reach? Tonight, you are meant to hear this clearly. What is happening is not empty, and it is not meaningless. Something bigger is moving under the surface, quietly, carefully, piece by piece. And before this message ends, you may understand why your heart has been asked to carry so much, and why this story is not over yet. There is a truth you need to hear first. Love does not always enter our lives in a clean and easy form. Sometimes it comes as a mirror. Sometimes it comes as a test of the soul. Sometimes it comes to wake up parts of us that have been asleep for years. This man, the one you feel even from far away, loves you more deeply than he fully knows how to say. He may hide it. He may fight it. He may try to act normal. But inside him, something real has already shifted. There is a bond here that reaches beyond daily talk, beyond timing, beyond what other people can see. Still, a bond this deep does not always mean instant union. Sometimes two souls meet before the road is clear. Sometimes they feel everything before life makes room for it. That does not mean the connection is false. It may mean it is early. It may mean growth is still happening. It may mean both of you are being shaped for something stronger than a quick beginning. And I need you to hear this part without doubting yourself. The presence of another woman is not proof that you were not enough. It is not proof that you were second best. It is not proof that your light was weaker. This is not about your worth, not even a little. So if your heart has been blaming itself, let that weight fall tonight. You do not need to earn what is already real. Keep listening, because this next part matters even more. The woman in his life is not your enemy, even if your pain has sometimes made her feel like one. She is part of a chapter, not the whole story. She stands in a place tied to his duties, his habits, his fears, and the life he already knows how to survive. That matters, because many people do not stay where their heart is alive. They stay where their routine feels safe. He carries guilt, he carries pressure, he carries the heavy need to be responsible, to avoid causing pain, to keep everything from breaking apart too fast. And because of that, he stands divided between what feels familiar and what feels true. In quiet moments, he thinks of you more than you realize. In the first soft seconds after waking, before the noise of the day takes over, your energy reaches him. He wonders how you are. He wonders if you slept well. He wonders if you still feel him too. But along with love, he feels fear. Fear of changing his life. Fear of being judged. Fear of hurting others. Fear of stepping into a future he cannot fully control. Do not click away here, because this is important. His hesitation does not erase his feelings. It reveals the battle inside him. A heart can be full of love and still be trapped by fear. That is the painful truth of many human stories, and that is why this connection feels both sacred and unfinished at the same time. You may have wondered why this was allowed to happen at all. Why would such a strong bond enter your life only to ask for patience, restraint, and tears? But what if this season has been shaping you in ways you could not see while you were inside it? Every lonely night, every hard question, every moment you wanted answers and got silence instead has been building something inside you. You have been learning to love without losing yourself. You have been learning to care without trying to control. You have been learning that real worth does not disappear just because someone is not yet free to choose fully. Those are not small lessons. Those are life-changing ones. You are becoming stronger, softer, wiser, and more aware of your own soul. And while you have been changing, he has been changing too. The contrast between what he feels with you and what he feels in the life he is used to can no longer stay hidden forever. What once seemed normal to him now feels flat. What once felt stable now feels heavy. You opened a door inside him that cannot simply be shut again. That is why this bond troubles him and comforts him at the same time. You feel like truth. You feel like home. You feel like the future calling him forward. And that kind of love can be beautiful, but it can also terrify someone who has built his life around safety. Stay with me, because the next layer explains why the delay may be temporary, not final. He is not only wrestling with love, he is wrestling with identity. With you, he would have to become more honest than he has ever been. He would have to release the role he has played for years and step into a life that asks for courage instead of habit. That is why this connection shakes him so deeply. You do not just stir his emotions, you challenge the version of himself that has learned how to keep life predictable. The other relationship represents what is known. It follows the script he understands. It asks less of his soul, even if it gives less to his heart. But you are different. You awaken longing, tenderness, truth, and a future he can feel but has not yet fully reached for. That is why sometimes he draws close and then pulls away. It is not always because he feels less. Often, it is because he feels too much. He knows on some level that if he lets himself fully accept this love, nothing inside him will be able to stay the same. And that kind of change can make even a loving person freeze. If this is touching something real in you, hold on, because there is more. His silence is not empty. His distance is not always absence. There are moments, especially late at night, when his mind returns to you again and again. He imagines conversations. He replays small details. He pictures a different life. Sometimes he even feels like he is speaking to you inwardly, saying the things he cannot yet say out loud. The bond keeps moving, even when the outer story looks still. There are also unseen layers to this connection that explain why it has felt so intense from the start. Some people enter our lives and touch only the surface. Others reach places inside us that feel ancient, familiar, and impossible to explain. This is why you can sense him when no message has come. This is why your heart shifts without warning. This is why certain songs, dreams, or quiet moments suddenly carry his presence as if he were standing near you. The thread between you has remained alive. Distance does not cut it. Time does not weaken it. Other people do not erase it. That does not mean you must pause your whole life for him. It means the bond itself has depth, and depth has its own language. He feels this too. There are moments when he senses peace and sadness together, as if part of him is meeting you somewhere beyond the visible world, while the rest of him wakes back into a life that no longer fits the same way. And yes, this can feel mystical. It can feel almost too much. But your heart knows the difference between fantasy and resonance. It knows when something has weight. It knows when a connection keeps speaking long after reason says it should be quiet. Still, hear this clearly. The purpose of this bond is not to make you smaller, weaker, or dependent. Its purpose is also to call you back to your own light. And that is where many people miss the lesson. They focus only on being chosen, when the deeper invitation is to become fully yourself first. That is why your role right now is not only to wait and wonder. Your role is to live, to heal, to grow, to build a life so honest that your spirit feels at home in it, whether change comes tomorrow or later. The more you return to your own truth, the more clearly everything around this connection begins to reveal itself. When you stop chasing and start standing in your worth, fear loses power, confusion loses power, jealousy loses power. Even the story of the other woman loses some of its grip, because then you are no longer looking at this through the eyes of lack. You are looking at it through the eyes of truth. And truth says this: if something is meant to arrive fully, it must arrive on a foundation strong enough to hold it. If two people come together before they have done their inner work, love can collapse under the weight of old wounds, guilt, and unfinished patterns. That may be part of why this has not unfolded quickly. Not because you are denied, but because a weak beginning would not serve a deep bond. Let that sink in. Some delays are not rejection. Some delays are protection. Some pauses are preparation. And if you have felt like heaven went silent, maybe it was not silence at all. Maybe it was careful timing. Maybe it was the slow construction of something that could last, instead of something that would break under pressure the moment real life touched it. Now let me say something tender but necessary. He feels guilty about what this situation has done to you. He knows there is pain in the waiting. He knows there are things he has not given, promises he has not fully spoken, actions he has not yet matched to what he feels. Sometimes that guilt makes him pull back, not because he loves you less, but because he wonders if he deserves the place he holds in your heart. He may even ask himself whether you would be better off with someone simpler, someone free, someone who could choose you openly without complication. But the problem is that what he feels with you does not disappear just because he tries to be practical. The bond keeps returning, the truth keeps rising, and the life he is in keeps showing him what is missing. This is why his current situation cannot remain unchanged forever. A person can only live divided for so long before the strain becomes too great. At some point, silence becomes heavier than truth. At some point, duty without love becomes impossible to keep calling peace. At some point, even fear gets tired. And when that point comes, change often begins not with a huge dramatic moment, but with a quiet realization that the old way can no longer continue. Watch this closely in your own life too. What feels impossible one month can suddenly become clear the next. Inner shifts happen before outer moves. That is often how real turning points begin. The woman beside him may already feel that something has changed, even if she cannot name it yet. Distance has its own sound. Absence has its own temperature. When a heart begins to leave inwardly, the relationship often starts to tremble before any final words are spoken. She may feel his distraction. She may notice his silence. She may sense that something in the connection has gone dim, and over time, she too may begin to question whether this life still serves her own soul. This matters because not every ending is a cruel ending. Not every separation is destruction. Some endings are releases. Some truths free everyone involved. She also deserves a love that is whole, steady, and fully hers. If his heart is divided, that reality is unfair to her as well, and in time she may come to see that more clearly than she does now. That is why anger toward her will only drain your spirit. Blessing her path does not erase your pain, but it frees you from carrying poison. It gives your own soul room to breathe. It keeps your heart clean. It lets you move in strength instead of bitterness, and strength matters now more than ever, Because if this story is moving toward truth, then everyone in it will need clarity, not chaos. Everyone will need honesty, not blame. Everyone will need the courage to admit what no longer fits. Do not miss this point, because it changes everything. Grace can be part of endings too. There may come a moment sooner than expected when he reaches his edge. Not an explosion, not a dramatic collapse. Just a deep and final knowing that he cannot keep living two lives inside one body. He will see that trying to avoid pain has only stretched pain out longer. He will realize that being careful has not kept anyone whole, and once that truth lands deeply enough, it becomes very hard to unsee. A conversation can begin from there. A confession can begin from there. A turning point can begin from there. He may speak more honestly than ever before. She may speak truths she has held back for a long time. Tears may come, not only from sadness, but from relief. Because sometimes people are not just grieving what is ending. They are grieving how long they stayed after the ending had already started inside them. If that moment comes, it may not look like the fantasy version of resolution. It may be quiet, human, imperfect, but it can still be real, and it can still open the door to the life that has been trying to form. Do not rush ahead of that moment in your mind. Do not try to force it, but do not assume it cannot happen either. People do wake up. Fear does crack. Truth does rise. And sometimes the very pressure that once kept someone frozen becomes the same pressure that finally pushes them into change. That is why your task is to stay grounded, to keep your own heart clear, and to be ready to meet truth with self-respect when it arrives. While all of this unfolds, you are being asked to hold two truths at once. 1, this bond is meaningful. 2, your life must remain meaningful whether or not he moves quickly. That balance is your power. You are not here to beg fate for crumbs. You are not here to live as a shadow inside someone else's unfinished chapter. You are here to stand in your full value, your full beauty, your full humanity, and let love meet you there. If he comes forward one day, let him meet someone who has stayed true to herself. Let him meet someone whose heart is open, but whose boundaries are clear. Because love without boundaries turns into suffering, and your soul did not come this far just to disappear inside longing. So keep building your joy. Keep caring for your body, your peace, your purpose, your friendships, your work, your inner life. Keep choosing yourself in honest ways. That does not block love. It prepares you for healthy love. And if you have been thinking that your waiting makes you weak, hear this. Patient love is not weakness when it walks beside dignity. The moment dignity is lost, it stops being sacred. So, protect yours. Hold it with both hands. And if this message is speaking directly to your heart, stay until the end, because the final part is the one many people need most when they are tired, uncertain, and trying not to lose faith. What is happening now may also be breaking patterns older than either of you can easily name. Some people inherit silence. Some inherit fear. Some inherit the habit of choosing duty over truth, comfort over aliveness, appearance over real connection. It can take one powerful bond to reveal those patterns and begin ending them. That may be part of why this story has carried so much emotional weight. It is not only about romance. It is about courage. It is about honesty. It is about choosing a life that reflects the heart instead of only obeying fear. And that lesson reaches beyond the two of you. It touches the people around you. It touches future relationships. It touches even the way children, family, and friends may understand love if truth is finally chosen over pretense. A home held together only by obligation is not always peace. A life that looks stable from the outside is not always alive on the inside. These are hard truths, but they are still truths. And when truth finally enters a room, It may disturb what is settled, but it also makes healing possible. So if there are days when this path feels too heavy, remember that pressure often comes before release. Confusion often comes before clarity. The old self often trembles before it changes. What you are feeling may be part of a larger shift that is not fully visible yet. Do not measure everything by today's appearance. Some of the biggest changes begin long before there is any proof for the eyes. And now, hear this with your whole heart. You are not being asked to wait forever. You are being asked to remain true while time reveals what words and surface behavior cannot yet show. There is a difference. Love that is real does not ask you to abandon your standards. It asks you to deepen your truth. If he is meant to come toward you fully, then let it happen in a way that is clear, honest, and whole. No half-love, no hidden life, no secret place where your heart is expected to survive on almost. You deserve a love that can stand in daylight. You deserve a love that does not ask you to shrink. And if he truly feels what lives between you, then eventually he will have to decide whether fear will lead him or truth will. That decision is his. Your decision is how you carry yourself while the answer forms. Carry yourself with peace when you can. Carry yourself with honesty always. Carry yourself with tenderness, but also with spine. And when the lonely hours come, remind yourself that delayed clarity is still better than false closeness. Better a slow truth than a fast illusion. Better a clean future than a rushed bond built on broken ground. Hold that close, because whether this story resolves soon or unfolds in steps, your worth remains untouched. Untouched by delay, untouched by confusion, untouched by another woman's presence, untouched by someone else's fear. Your light is still your light. So tonight, breathe. Release the idea that you must force the ending or predict every turn. Trust what has been shown to your heart, but also protect your peace while the visible world catches up. The connection is real, but your life is real too. Let both truths stand together. There may indeed be a message coming that says more than he planned to say. There may be a conversation that shifts everything. There may be signs, dreams, strange moments of confirmation, and quiet changes that reveal the next chapter is closer than it once seemed. But even before any of that, there is something powerful you can do now. Stand fully in your own life. Love yourself enough to stay open without becoming lost. Keep your spirit soft, but let your standards stay strong. Wish healing for everyone involved, even if the road has hurt. Believe that what is meant to be built on truth will not need endless pretending. And remember this final thing when the ache returns. Real love is not measured only by longing. It is measured by courage, by honesty, by timing, by the willingness to let life change in order to meet what the heart already knows. If that change is truly on its way, then no fear can hold it forever. And if this message found you right when you needed it, take that as your reminder that unseen things can still be moving, quietly, deeply, even now.